Alright, hey everybody, this is 1488 here on YouTube, and welcome to the Schroeder Show, episode 9. It's been a while since I did a video, I'll just say a little while, but we're going to do a webcam video. It's the first one of 2013 for me, and today's topic will be based on the new college football playoff format, which will start next year in 2014. Of course, this year is the final year of the so-called BCS. Which started in the 1998 season. So it for 15 years. Uh, Now, actually, this is the 16th year of the BCS and will be the last. So we'll tell you how it's formatted right now as I break down this article from SportsIllustrated.com is the source. Uh, by this blogger by this columnist, Stuart Mandel, Inside College Football. So, and he says, breaking down the new college football playoff system, and let's take a look about it. Most of the news from Wednesday's BCS being about dates and sites for the new college playoff system was a formality, but doesn't make any less confusing. Here are a brief attempt to explain how the postseason will look beginning next year in 2014. The Fiesta, the Cotton, and the Chik-fil-A Bowls were formally announced as the other three bowls that will host playoff semifinals 4 times over the next 12 years. They'll join the Rose, the Sugar, and the Orange. The Rose and Sugar will host the first semifinals, followed by the Orange and Cotton in year 2. Year 3 will be the Fiesta and Chick-fil-A. And then the rotation repeats itself every 3 years. So, unlike the BCS, where it's been rotated with the national championship game between the Rose, the Sugar, the Fiesta, and the Orange every 4 years, it's every 3rd year that we'll get to see a rotation. The 6 games will be split into consecutive triple headers on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, except when the days fall on a Sunday because of the National Football League, which will then move to December 30th or January the 2nd. The Rose and Sugar will always be played on New Year's Day. The Rose in its traditional 4:30 p.m. Eastern time slot, and the Sugar at 8:30 p.m., which means that in 8 of the 12 years, the semifinals will be played on New Year's Eve. So the first season, the Chick-fil-A Orange and Fiesta will be played New Year's Eve 2014, and followed by the Cotton, the Rose, and the Sugar on New Year's Day. So, what does this mean in terms of your New Year's Eve plans coming up starting next year? Ask this guy, Executive Director Bill Hancock says, "This is must-watch TV for 2 days in a row. The whole cultural nature of New Year's Eve will change in this country. People are going to stay at home, form their parties, and watch these games." What does that mean? Well, could we have some time to think about watching Nick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve for once? Well, maybe we'll see. But here is more information. We pause now for a quick refresher on who's playing in these games besides the 4 playoff teams. In years that they're not hosting a semifinal, the Rose will still have its Big Ten Pac-12 tradition, while the Sugar will host now the SEC Big 12 matchup, and the Orange will gets the ACC versus either the SEC, the Big Ten, or Notre Dame. The other 3 bowls are open and will get either a displaced champion whose contract bowl is hosting a semifinal that year, the highest ranked group of 5 champion between the American Conference, the new American Conference, which is now the Big East, the Mountain West, Conference USA, etc., or an at-large team picked by the selection committee, geography will partially dictate those matchups. Also Wednesday, is long-expected Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, was awarded the first college football championship game. That's what it will be called, the college football championship game, not the national championship, not the BCS championship, the college football championship game. Played January the 12th, 2015. Tampa Bay was the only other bidder. The stadium was the determiner, Hancock said of Jerry Jones's of Jerry World. It's still the stadium with a capital T. The next two championship sites will likely be announced in September. Unlike the current system, the championship game is not considered a bowl. While the Cotton Bowl organizers are part of a local nonprofit collective staging the game, it's not the Cotton Bowl. We couldn't be more excited about bringing college football's biggest game to Cowboys Stadium, said Jones. This is despite the fact that the city, the franchise, will collect not direct revenue from the event and will be distributed to the conferences, said Hancock. They will get economic impact, he said, of winning the city, of the winning city. Speaking of economics, the BCS is much grossed about ticket guarantees in which participating schools conferences eat the cost of their unsold allotment are not going away in the new system, just getting a little bit smaller. Those guarantees will drop from $17,500 to $12,500 per school. Organizers anticipate the semifinal games will continue to be treated as traditional bowl weeks, with teams arriving a week or so in advance and participating in various team and media activities. The championship game, on the other hand, will be more like a conference title game. Teams might arrive on Friday for a Monday game. And you remember, you still have until Monday to help pick the new college. Well, that's already been selected, the new college football playoff logo. Having nailed down those details and having previously negotiated a $7 billion television deal, the commissioner will now turn their attention primarily to aforementioned selection committee. In conversation with Hancock and several commissioners, it appears they have agreed on almost no specifics so far, and might not even name the first members until this fall. So that's about what you have there for the new college football playoff format. So basically what we have here is this. We know that now we will have a New Year's Eve. We'll have triple headers on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And the Rose and the Sugar will be played on New Year's Day. Nope. No matter what will happen with the National Football League. So, what's your thoughts on the college football playoff? So, hit me up anytime. Catch you later. This is 1488 signing out. See you next time.